Death Note. Light Yagami, a 17-year-old high school prodigy and top of his class, discovers it lying on the sidewalk after school, dropped by Ryuk, a bored Shinigami with a taste for chaos. He picks it up as casually as finding a lost wallet, reads the rules, then tests it. One name scribbled in Japanese, and a murderous criminal keels over halfway through his prison meal. Headlines explode, the world cheers, and Light thinks, Justice just got an upgrade. He believes himself a hero, cleansing society, yet every erased name pulls him deeper into godlike delusion. Because the more Light uses the notebook, the less he starts to feel human. What started as justice quickly becomes control, and anyone who gets in his way, they're next. Enter L, a world-class detective with strange habits and sharper instincts. What follows is a psychological chess match between two geniuses, one fighting for justice, the other convinced he is justice. There are no capes, no heroes, just two minds pushing each other to the edge and a notebook that decides who gets to live another day. The Shinigami realm is a lifeless world where death gods, like Ryuk and Rem, pass time by watching humans. Ryuk dropped his death note into the human world out of boredom. Rem, more empathetic, became involved with Misa Amane. Shinigami don't care about morality, they're merely observers, and Light, over time, starts to mirror their cold detachment. Light Yagami wanted to make the world better. Instead, he made himself its most dangerous monster. So, what would you do if you held that power? Deus Ex. The world's gone digital, augmented, and dangerously divided. Tech's in your blood now, literally. Implants give you speed, strength, vision, but they come with a cost. You're not just enhanced, you're owned. Controlled by corporations, tracked by governments, and monitored by systems you'll never even see. Shadow organizations pull the strings from behind the curtain. Every riot, every revolution, every glitch in the system. It's all part of the plan. You're not a hero, you're just another pawn with chrome arms and a target on your back. The cities are drowning in neon and corruption. The rich get smarter, stronger, untouchable. The rest? Left behind in crumbling alleyways, patched up with black market tech and blind hope. Every choice you make feels like a trap. Help one side, betray another. And no matter how far you dig, the truth only gets darker. This isn't sci-fi anymore. It's a mirror, reflecting a world where freedom's just another setting in your software. So go ahead, upgrade, fight back, hack the system. Just remember, the more machine you become, the less human they expect you to be. And that's exactly how they like it. Project Pantheon. In this world, gods don't sit on thrones. They roam the earth with egos bigger than mountains and tempers hotter than Hades. They're not here to guide humanity, they're here to settle grudges. One god's pride, another's vengeance. And guess who's stuck in the middle? Humans. You pray for peace, and instead, you get a thunderstorm because Zeus woke up cranky. Mortals build temples, burn offerings, and whisper prayers like bargaining chips. But the gods aren't listening. They're too busy turning cities to rubble over ancient slights and sibling rivalries. These deities aren't divine. They're dangerously bored. And when immortals get bored, mortals bleed. The worst part? There are no sides. No clear evil. Even the kind gods can smite you out of spite or amusement. Every miracle comes with a price. Every blessing, a curse waiting in disguise. In this universe, heaven's not a paradise. It's a battlefield, and you're just in the way. So what's scarier? A world where the gods ignore you, or one where they're watching, just waiting for you to flinch? One Punch Man. In a world crawling with monsters, villains, and destruction, Saitama should be the ultimate hero. He ends every fight with a single punch. No struggle, no suspense, just boom. Problem gone. Sounds like a dream, right? It's not, it's a curse. Saitama's so powerful, nothing excites him anymore. No opponent is worthy, no challenge feels real. He's stuck in a loop where victory means nothing, and the silence after every punch gets louder. While other heroes fight tooth and nail to survive, Saitama's just floating through it all, disconnected, bored, and numb. The real monster here isn't the thing with claws and teeth. It's emptiness. That gnawing feeling when nothing matters, because nothing can stop you. He's like the only adult at a birthday party. Sure, he's the strongest in the room, but what's the point when everyone else is playing pretend? And then there are the villains. Not just monsters, but men twisted by ego, envy, and power. They crave recognition. Some even want to lose just to feel alive. But against Saitama, their ambitions get crushed before they can scream their final monologue. In this universe, ultimate power doesn't bring meaning. It brings meh. So what's scarier? A city overrun by monsters? Or a hero who's already emotionally checked out? Smile. Smile isn't just a horror movie. It's a warning. The most terrifying things don't growl. They grin. Ever had someone smile at you and for some reason something just felt wrong? In this universe, that gut instinct isn't paranoia. It's the difference between life and death. A curse spreads through a smile, a twisted grin that, once you see it, seals your fate. You're next. The protagonist, Dr. Rose Cotter, is a therapist who's suddenly thrust into a waking nightmare. After witnessing a patient's violent death, she's marked by the curse. Now, every smile is a death sentence, and she can't escape the faces haunting her. Her mind frays at the edges as the cursed smile spreads, slipping into every interaction, and soon, it feels like she can't trust anyone, not even herself. The world around her is breaking apart. People she thought she knew wear smiles that are anything but friendly, hiding the twisted forces pulling the strings behind the scenes. It's not just a fear of death, it's the horror of watching your own sanity slip away. As Rose's reality collapses, she's trapped in a race against time, knowing that the only way out is to stop smiling, but that's easier said than done. Invincible. Mark Grayson, aka Invincible, is your typical teenager, initially excited to follow in his father's heroic footsteps. But everything changes when Mark inherits his father's powers and discovers the horrifying truth about Omni-Man's true intentions. Mark is the central character whose growth, struggle, and battle with his legacy shape the entire story. As the series progresses, Mark must learn the hard truth that heroism in this universe isn't just about saving the world, it's about surviving it. Omni-Man, Nolan Grayson, Mark's father, is Earth's greatest hero, or so it seems. He's a powerful, seemingly unstoppable force, admired by the world. But Mark's discovery that Omni-Man's real mission is to conquer Earth turns the entire narrative on its head. Omni-Man's betrayal forms the emotional and physical backbone of the series. His complex motivations make him both a tragic figure and a terrifying antagonist. Debbie Grayson, Mark's mother, is caught in the crossfire between her husband's deadly secret and her son's struggle to understand his place in the world. Debbie's love for her family and her growing awareness of the truth about her husband's actions gives her a significant emotional role in the story. The Guardians of the Globe, a team of superheroes, are essential characters who show that the line between good and evil isn't always clear. Their eventual downfall at the hands of Omni-Man underscores the dangers Mark faces, both from his father and from the larger, more corrupt world of heroism. Their deaths also raise questions about the integrity of the so-called heroes who protect Earth. Robot Rudy Connors, a former member of the Guardians of the Globe, becomes a more morally ambiguous character as the series unfolds. His rise to power and his plans to reshape the world make him a fascinating figure in the broader universe. Adam Eve, Amanda, a fellow hero and Mark's love interest, plays a pivotal role in helping Mark understand the weight of his powers and responsibilities. Her powers of matter manipulation make her one of the few capable of standing alongside Mark as a trusted ally. John Wick. John Wick isn't just an action flick, it's a lesson in why you never mess with the wrong person. Especially when it comes to his talk. In this world, the underworld lives by its own brutal rules, and respect is everything. When John Wick's puppy is killed, It sets off a chain reaction that pulls him back into a life he thought he'd left behind. Now, it's personal. This world is a maze of hitmen, crime bosses, and endless danger, where violence isn't just about killing, it's about precision. Every fight is a calculated move, every shot with purpose. John doesn't need to talk, because his actions speak louder than words ever could. The darkness? It's suffocating. John's not fighting for fame, justice, or even redemption. He's fighting because there's nothing else left for him. The more people he takes down, the more it feels like he's sinking deeper. It's not about winning, it's about surviving long enough to take down the next person who gets in his way. But as the blood spills, John can't escape the question, can you ever outrun your past? Every fight is a step closer to the man he was and the man he's becoming. Batman. Gotham wasn't always this way. Once, it was a city of hope, where dreams lived on every corner. But somewhere along the way, corruption took root and the darkness took over. Now, Gotham is a jungle of decay, where every street is an alley of despair, and crime is more than a business, it's a tradition. In this hellhole, Batman is the last thing standing between chaos and total collapse. But he's not a hero. He's a broken man in a broken city. His past is scarred, haunted by the death of his parents, by the years of pain that shaped him into the bat-shaped shadow he's become. The trauma he carries? It doesn't just fuel his mission, it makes him one with Gotham's darkness. And the villains? They're just echoes of his deepest fears. The Joker, a madman who twists laughter into death. Two-Face, a tragic soul driven by split personalities and violent justice. Penguin, a ruthless crime lord ruling with a cruel hand. Each villain is a reflection of Batman's fractured psyche, each one pushing him further toward the edge. Gotham's underworld is a nightmare that never ends. And these monsters, these mirrors of his own darkness, are always there, waiting to drag him under. The real horror? Gotham doesn't want to be saved. It wants to swallow you whole. Batman fights for justice, but justice in Gotham isn't a victory. It's a blood-soaked battle. The city is a beast, and no matter how many villains fall, the darkness keeps coming. Which one sent chills down your spine? Which dark universe should I cover next? Let me know.